everyone, I'm Dr. Sonali and I welcome you all to CSC Core Concepts in the series of Learning Python. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about a very interesting part, that is exception handling. So basically, what is an exception condition is that sometimes what happens when we write a program and there are certain errors occurring. So when an error occurs, the program crashes. So it crashes and it gives the compiler gives us some error values, right? But suppose if you anticipate that this type of error may occur, so instead of crashing the program and giving some other error messages which are sometimes not understood by the users or the programmers, what we can do is that we can handle them gracefully and write proper error messages by which the user can understand. Right. So this type of a provision, that is exception handling, enables us to detect errors, manage them properly, and continue execution wherever is possible. So very common type of error which happens is, let's say, divide by zero. Okay, so if you are not handling that error properly, then the compiler will give you some error, right? Some message. Okay, sometimes type mismatch occurs when you are trying to convert a string into an integer. So that type of an errors can occur. So these errors you can handle them gracefully with proper error messages so that the user can understand. So let us understand see the syntax how to write a error. So we write it using a try block. We call it as a try block. So there are four keywords: try, except, else, and finally. So what is try? Try is the risky code which inside try you will write the risky code which may cause a error. Okay. So for which error can occur, and if error occurs, okay, so you are going to write that error in the except column, right? So catches means handles the error if it occurs, and you can have multiple except means in one program you can handle multiple types of errors also, which we will see in the later part of the video. Then you have the else. Else is what? If this error does not occur, then what will you do? Right? What steps you are going to do? And finally means irrespective of whether the error has occurred or not occurred, like how to close it. Maybe you close the file or you print a message that the program is complete. So finally will be executed whether the error occurred or it didn't occur. Okay, whether you went into an except column or you went inside the else block, right? So let us see one simple example. Let's say a very common example is the division by error, zero error. So let's say I am writing it inside a try block and I am giving a n value which I will take it from the user. So I want to convert it into integer because input function always takes the value in string. Enter the value of n, right? I am getting it from the user. Now I am trying to say result is equals to, I have a number 100 and I am dividing this number by n. Now see what happens n when you are taking input from the user. It is very much likely user may give 0 as a value. So in that case 100 divided by 0 will give you a error, right? Or user may give a negative value. So you may have, right, many types of conditions. So or a, I can write a also. So that will be also a problem, right? So try. Now this is the risky code, that is this is the risky code which may cause a error. Sorry, this is the risky code which may cause an error. So if this error occurs, what are the errors which can occur? So I'm writing except and I will have to mention the error. Now there are certain inbuilt errors which are available. I will show them to you also. So except zero division error. So in case if you get a zero division error, so I can print a message instead of abruptly crashing the program, okay, and stopping it. I can handle it. So I can write down, so a value of n cannot be 0, right? I can give a user the proper message. Now I told you that I can have multiple except multiple conditions also I can handle. So let's say for example user is giving some other value, right? A number, anything else, right? Any special symbol or alphabets. So I can have a something called as a value error, right? So value error, if it occurs, then I can print give appropriate value, right? So this is there. Now if it does not occur, right, if this errors does not occur and user is giving a proper value, let's say 10, so what will you do? You are going to print the result, right? So you can write down result is, and you can print the result, right? Done. Fine. And finally also you can write down what you can write: program completed. Let's say I'm writing program executed, right? Okay, so let us try to execute it. So it will ask me the value of n. Let's give a value 0 and see what happens. So when I am giving 0, it is going here. So it is saying value of n cannot be 0. But I told you finally it will go whether your exception is handled or not. Not a problem. Let me give another value as a. Okay, so let us see what happens. Basically, it will say give appropriate value. That is a value error. Now let me give some appropriate value 10, and it will say 100 divided by 10 is 10. So program executed. Understood everyone? So this is how you can handle the gracefully the errors. If I am not writing this in the try catch block, now what will happen if I am trying to write down, if I am just simply, let's say if I am taking this much value, let's say I am taking the value from the user, okay, and I am simply printing it, right? And you see what how it will shout at us, right? When we will try to execute it. So let's say if you are saying giving the value 0, so error, division error, this, that, okay, so many things. So this many times confuses the user. So what is the difference between error and exception? So error is such a syntax error, it occurs during the compile time, and exception is that which occurs during the runtime. Okay, because at compile time this didn't happen. When I tried to execute, when I tried to give the value, that time it happened, right? So that I want to handle. Now there are types of exceptions, means specific exceptions, like I know that it can occur a zero division error, that is a zero if I try to divide by 0, or let's say here what am I doing is I am trying to convert a value which is in string into integer, and then I am trying to do this calculation. But actually if I have given the value of x in string and I'm trying to convert it into integer, so this is not correct, this is not possible, right? So here I am catching a value error which is saying division error, right? Then I can have multiple exceptions. Just now I showed you one example where we can have multiple exceptions. So I can I can show you. See, what have I done here is that I am saying I am declaring a list like say 10, 20, 30. So I have different types of values, right? Now this is a string. Okay, this is a string and this is an integer. So 20 cannot be converted into integer because what I am trying to do is that I am trying to compute total value of a of 0, that is the first element 10, and a of 1. But I cannot do that. Understood? Because 10 is a 20, I cannot convert it into an integer. It is a string. I am telling integer. So it can give me a type error. Understood? And so you can see here multiple exceptions. Let me show you. Let's say I am defining one string and one last one is the integer, right? Now I am writing it inside the try catch block and I am saying total is equals to a integer. I want all of them in the integer format, right? So I am saying integer of a of 0 plus integer of a of 1, right? Now it is very risky because I don't know whether it will have or not. So that is why I'm writing it inside the try. So now I can say except what type of errors. Now I can have catch multiple errors also, like this value error. Instead of writing 2 3 excepts, I can write here also, right? Type error. Okay, as E, I am saying, I am declaring it as E, right? And I can say print error and I will print simply E if it happens. Understood? And if I am saying some other error can be possible, like index error, index error. Index error means what? If I'm trying to access fourth element, is it possible? No. Array out of index. Right? So let us try to do it. Now, finally, you may write, you may not write. Error invalid literal for int with base 10, 20. Understood? So you got an error over here. And then you can have catch all handlers. Catch all means what? You don't know what type of arithmetic error can occur. String conversion, zero division, whatever type of. So you can write generally arithmetic error. So arithmetic problem means what? It considers any type of problem, like anything wrong. Understood? If something went wrong, you don't know what. Okay, so catch all, any type of error which you didn't notice. So otherwise you can write an exception in the methods also. Raise, you can use the keyword raise and write it in your method. Suppose you are writing a method where you are setting the age. So if age is less than 0, you can write down the keyword raise, value error, age cannot be negative, right? So this is inside the try block. So try, this is a separate piece of code where you are calling the set method by giving the value -5 and accept value error as E. So if you are giving -5, obviously it will raise a value error. When set is being called, your control will go here. Age is less than 0. Yes, -5 is less than 0. So it will raise what type of error? Value error. Age cannot be negative. Okay. So this way also you can call the exception using the raise condition. So these are some of the Python's inbuilt exceptions. There are more, you can search them. So this is a base exception. It is the root of Python's exception hierarchy. So any exception, it can happen. So exception base for all non-exit exceptions when you cannot exit. Arithmetic errors, I told you, all mathematical related errors in general. Division error, overflow error, floating point. Overflow is when you are requesting a numerical operation which is very large for that data type. Understood? Floating point error, calculation fails. Attribute error. Okay. Then indexing error, I told you, you are accessing out of index. Memory area, when you do not have enough memory to do the operation. Name errors, when you are asking a function or a method which you have not defined. Okay, so this type of errors are available. So this is how you can gracefully handle all the possible errors in your program rather than crashing the program, right? So this is about our object oriented programming. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.